Hi, Dame of Mercy Solutions. Today we're going to look at transferring images from digital camera using memory cards and using forensic MediaStation, and why we'd use this and what it does differently to just popping a card into a computer. So, starting point is having a forensically wiped memory card. So if we jump over to the MediaStation, we'll kick off the erase process. Okay, so pop a card in to Utilities, Secure Erase. It's going to ask me, do I want to erase the card? Yes. You can see here the MediaStation is now going to run through the memory card and actually erase every single byte of data on the card. This will ensure there's no previous data on the card, and also that the card's in good working order. This will take about a couple of minutes to run through, and we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so we can see the MediaStation is now complete. It's erased the card in 1 minute 58. We'll take the card out and we can take that to the camera. Okay, so I've got the wiped card. I'm going to place this into the camera. Switch the camera on. I'll just take a couple of pictures. Okay, so I've got a few pictures on the camera. I'll turn the camera off. Take the memory card from the camera. And we'll now go back to the MediaStation and kick off the upload process. Okay, so got the memory card, place the memory card into the MediaStation, and hit the forensic upload. First of all, the MediaStation is going to look for the card, check we've got a card loaded, and check that it's actually got some images on there. It's then going to ask us to enter in the metadata to enable us to start. So if I proceed through, I'll enter in my name, and it's today's date we've taken the images. Again, press OK. And here we can enter exhibit reference. So in this case, I'll do 1, 2, 3. And the occurrence reference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So next stage, we then need to choose what type of data this is, whether it's volume or major data. Obviously with evidence, you're only allowed to retain this data for a maximum of 7 years for volume data. Major data can obviously be retained much longer. So if we select this is a major job, we're then asked to review the data and accept. You can actually see here, this has actually read all of the images in the background. I'm actually going to be processing the card, it's displayed them. In this case, it's now uploading them to the cloud. It's also created a PDF of the images. And at the moment, we're actually transferring those images to the cloud across a standard ADSL link, which is limited at about 2 megabytes per second transfer. And we see this will take a couple of minutes. Once that's been transferred to the cloud, we will see the MediaStation will then verify the actual data in the cloud, checking the hashes that have been generated here locally on the MediaStation match, so no data corruption has occurred during the transfer process. Also, all of the data coming out of the MediaStation has been encrypted, so again it is secure. You can see this actually done, so it's now actually extracting the data in the cloud. I'm running through the verification process. Okay, see that's actually complete. It's then done another compare on the card and actually forensically wiped the data from the card. You can see the whole process there took under 3 minutes. So we'll exit out from here. Take the actual card out. This card has been now forensically wiped and is ready to be used again at the crime scene, so we don't have to go through the erase process because it's already been done. Again, we're asked here to record the receipt just for the records, so we know the job and the data is signed by this hash. Okay, what we can do now is jump over to a computer and we'll take a look at the actual data. Okay, so let's come over here. I've actually logged into the Azure control panel, and we see we've got a couple of machines. I'm now going to connect to this Windows 10 client and we'll take a look at the data that's been uploaded from the MediaStation. Okay, so we're connected to the Windows 10 machine in the cloud. You can see we've got a couple of shortcuts here. One to the working data, just take a look at. You can see here we've got two folders, major and volume. So if we go into the major folder, you actually see here the job we uploaded. And again, I've come into here, we've got the data. And we can see we've got the images. Actually took on the camera there straight away. And we've got here both the RAW and the JPEGs. In addition to this, we've also got the metadata that was taken. So you can see here we've got the full hash, the check code that was issued, and the data that we actually entered. The metadata can be customized to the actual needs. If we change over, we will have a look at the master folder. Again, we've got major, year, and here we've got 3 files that have been generated. So we've got the forensic image. So in this case, we transferred 100 megs from the 8 gig card. The rest of the data was obviously empty and therefore not required. If we open this, so we can see here that it's reporting as an 8 gig FAT32 partition. And we can open this card. And here we can see then we've got the original data. From here files can be extracted again. And this file here has been verified with a hash. So anytime this is moved somewhere else in the future, any queries on it, we can regenerate that hash and improve the integrity of the data. And again, we've got the log file. Normally this would be transferred and stored on a secure server, and retention policies to ensure the data doesn't get changed applied to it. And this can then be stored on a worm storage or blob storage or S3 storage for long-term retention. Okay, so I've just brought back to the local desktop the PDF that's being produced by the MediaStation. If I open this up, we can take a closer look and see what the MediaStation has actually produced. Let's zoom in 100% here. So, first of all, we've actually put the company name. Again, this is all customizable to specific company or entity using the MediaStation. We've obviously got the name of the person who's uploaded the job and any metadata that's been captured. Again, the metadata can be customized in the MediaStation. We've then got our logo, and again any copyright information. So coming in then, we can actually see the pictures that are captured. You can see there's the 3 files here we took. And you'll notice underneath we've actually extracted the metadata from the file. So we've got the camera that was used, the date and time that the picture was taken, and along with the focal length, the exposure settings and the ISO. Again, this is useful if the images are being used for evidence. You want to represent what lens was on the camera. In this case you can see it's a 20mm lens, so it's actually distorted the images slightly. And again, it's the last image. So we also need to do, I'm going to have a look at another card here and just show some of the other stuff that the MediaStation will do. So I've got here a memory card that's actually got a cropped image on it. I just want to show how the MediaStation analyzes the cards when they're placed into them, and it will detect any problems. So if we go over to the MediaStation, enter in the metadata, what we'll actually see now is we're presented with an error, JPEG corruption detected. So what we'll actually do is take the card out and we'll go over to the computer and have a quick look at this and see what that actually means. Okay, so we'll pop the card into the card reader and switch to the computer. Now we can open up the card reader here. We can see we've got a standard camera card, some images. We've only got 2 on here, so if I now open this JPEG, and just open up with Photoshop here, and we can see here document may be damaged, file may be truncated or incomplete. Don't want to continue. I'll say OK in this case. We can actually see here this picture of a MediaStation in the lab, and quite clearly something is very wrong with this file. Now obviously if that was a evidential job that had been presented to the MediaStation wouldn't have accepted it and would have left the card intact so that it can actually be analysed and looked at in detail, rather than attempting to transfer everything. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if we can be of help to you, reach out to us for our website, mercia.solutions.